Hello everybody, my name is Zen, and it is Thursday, May 3rd, 2012. You're watching GLHF episode number 11, where we get to play whatever game we want on Thursday of every week. And today we're looking at a really interesting game that is completely free to play, so I suggest picking it up and trying it. And it's called World of Battles. Now, it's on Steam, so you can go pick it up there. I think you could go to the website and download it from there if you really wanted to. But it's a lot like the game End of Nations that's about to come out. It's a MMO RTS. And that's an interesting concept. It hasn't really been done properly, and this game tries it in a fantasy setting, and it does pretty good. It's a pretty cool game, and I'll explain some of the features. I'll show you the gameplay and everything. But the first thing we got to get through is this crazy menu, right? So you start off by making an army. You have the choice between dwarves and orcs and undead. I chose undead, and there's a ton of other things you could choose. I chose the undead, and I named my army the Hunger Games. Oh, don't lie. That is brilliant. That is a funny name. And you get to choose your little symbol thing. You get to choose what your leader looks like, and it's pretty cool. So you make an army. So that's the first thing you start off. And this is free to play, so it's got microtransactions. Think of it like League of Legends. You get these gems, and the gems buy kind of higher level stuff, and then you get this gold every time you win a game, and the gold is used to buy other things as well. And I'll show you all that. But then you get to this screen, and you level up, right? So I've got my XP bar here. I'm only level 3, so I've only played probably roughly 6 games. And you've got these things here. Now, you don't unlock some of these until you've leveled up at least once, but you have your personal advisor, and he tells you kind of what you need to do, what's available for you to do, I guess. Then you have the news advisor. That's basically news about the game. You don't need to know about that. And then you have the challenges. These challenges allow you to go do a game against the computer, and it teaches you how to play, which is really cool. It's an in-depth tutorial is what I would call it, and it's pretty good. I give them credit. This actually taught me how to play when I thought it was going to be a little overwhelming. And then the last thing you have of these advisors is the career advisor, and he tells you kind of what's available to you, what you should be doing, what you can be doing. He's teaching me that I can use charge with cavalry and running and all that, and I could go do missions that have those in them, which is pretty cool. Right, so that's all this. Now, that's just the basic overview of the entire system. Now, then there's the more in-depth stuff, so you actually get to customize your army and stuff. So we'll go look at that. Now, since it is an MMO RTS, you don't go into a game with a ton of buildings and you build units and stuff like you would in StarCraft. You instead go into a game and you have a set amount of units that come with you, right? So these are the units I have available to me to go into a battle with. And then there's some units that will only go in after they're done rested. And this I can take it into 9 more battles with me, and this one I can take in 10 more battles with me, right? So there's that, and I can retire them. Or I can not retire them. Makes sense. But then you can completely equip these units, right? So, for example, I can give my units armor, and I could pay with the gems, or I could pay with gold that I've earned. I can give them weapons and such, which helps, their damage, as you can imagine. And there's different weapons that have different, types of attacks. This one has bludgeoning, but it doesn't have fencing, but this one has fencing. I don't know what those do. It's pretty complicated, but obviously you can see that you can unlock every slot for the equipment, which is really, really cool. It allows you to make your army stronger and stronger as you go, and it also changes the look of them too. So because I have an undead army, they're obviously zombies and skeletons and stuff, which is pretty cool. You can see the different looks of them here. I got this cavalry guy with a weird banner on him. Pretty cool. And like I said, I can upgrade him. I don't have the money to really buy him anything at the moment, but that's an option. Right, and then you have another set here. You can actually recruit units. Right, so I can go through all the zombie units that I could potentially recruit. That requires level 4, level 4, level 5. And I can also go through the other armies, and once I get a high enough level, I can build an army of good people or of neutral people. So you can see here you got like the humans, right? You have the dwarves, you have elves that you can't choose. You have barbarians and wild things. I don't know. Wow, that thing is really sweet. I would like one of those. Tauren? Minotaurs? Is that what this is? Minotaur, right? Then for the evil, you have orcs, undead, and dark elves. Which is pretty cool. The orcs remind me a lot of Warhammer, if you couldn't get that vibe. So there's that. So you can choose your units and how they look. You can recruit more units for when you go into battle, makes you more stronger. And then there's a map. Now the map shows many things, and it's really complicated, and I've never learned what it does. But if you really want to take a look at it and figure out what it is, you have your key over here to tell you what certain things are, and you can check out the map. And it seems fairly limited, but it looks like they can grow it. Yeah, it doesn't look like I'm able to go over there yet. Apparently there's a Nazi flag. I'm not going to ask, you know, but, you know, it's a thing. I'm sure this is like certain groups of people you can join. I haven't explored this much. I haven't gotten that far in the game. So let's go back here. Now I'm going to do a quick game against the computer, so that way you can kind of see what it's like. That's a co-op. Let's just do explore and capture. So it tells me my objective is to use, or is on the other side of a river, and the way is blocked by enemies, deal with them, and capture the marked point. Sweet. I'm just going to skip this load screen. Okay, so you see here, it's telling me what I have to do, capture victory point, yeah, whatever. And I can deploy certain units. I'm just going to deploy all of them because I'm a boss. And you see here you got cavalry. Oops, you got cavalry, right? You got swordsmen, pikemen. You can zoom in real close, which is pretty cool. You can see them all up close. It's kind of, I would say it's like a mix between Lord of the Rings and, what's another good one? And Rome Total War, right? Because it is all rock, paper, scissors, and you can even adjust it so that they line up a certain way, which is cool. But it's rock, paper, scissors. So pikemen are obviously really good against cavalry. Cavalry are good against swordsmen. Archers are pretty good against anything that's light armored, but they're really good against other archers. And then you have certain other units that you get further on that do the same thing. It's all rock, paper, scissors. So they all have their counters and their weaknesses, which is pretty cool. And they all have things that they're really good against. So obviously, if I were to come up against a set of units over here that were all pikemen, I would take my cavalry backwards. So what do we got here? Those are, I see swordsmen and cavalry. So what I'm going to do is, you know what, I do need to just select everything. Yeah, just control group it. But what I'm going to do here is send my pikemen to attack the cavalry. And we'll wait for the cavalry to get to me. We'll also set my archers. Attack those guys. And then I'm going to send my cavalry units to attack their swordsmen. Or infantry, or whatever you want to call them. Wow, it's actually trying to select all of them for whatever reason. So, cavalry, go attack those guys. Thank you. You can zoom in, see all the epic battle. But when you get in a multiplayer game of this, it's really hectic because there's like, they have just as many guys as you are, but it's like 4 on 4, you know, so it gets pretty intense. And then as you defeat units and stuff, you get this up in the top left corner. That goes up, as you see there, and then I can cast an ability. So I got like a damage ability I can cast or a shield. So I'll cast the shield on my units, make sure they don't die. They'll seem to be doing fairly well. We're about to kill a unit here. You see it shows how much shield energy I have left too, which is pretty cool. No, I want you, thank you. Just attack. Just attack. And certain units have different abilities and stuff that are, some are passive, some are active. So we're just going to go through and try to get to the objective over here. It looks like there's enemies behind me. But do I care? Not really. Not necessarily. I'm actually just going to select my pikemen and turn them the heck around to deal with these guys. Should be able to do it, no problem. As far as these guys go, though, let's see if I can see any units up over here. Yeah, so I'm going to hold the rest of my army here while I deal with these. And I'm going to cast my shield ability. Make sure they don't die. In fact, they should be fine. So let's move up. So there's a lot of tactical things that can happen in this game, which I think is pretty sweet. Let's quickly cast this damage ability to help get these pikemen out of here as soon as possible, because they got reinforcements coming up from behind. Come on, there you go. Run, guys, run! Now, let's send my archers to attack these guys and my swordsmen to attack these guys. I think these guys are pikemen? Yes, so I don't want to send in my cavalry. And you guys are just doing just dandy, running away. I'm going to turn these guys around. And you all seem to be doing fairly well against those guys. So what we're going to do here is, oh, there's pikemen in there. We don't want that. Really don't want that. So, you know, let's just all retreat back to this line. I'm really bad at this game too. I'm not very good at strategy games. Let's finish these guys off as quickly as possible so we can turn around and kill those guys. Move you guys and attack the pikemen. Let's also use my shield ability. Keep my units alive. The game sounds a little low. I'll probably turn that up after this one. It's not like it's super good or anything. The graphics, as you can see, are fairly limited. Like, look at those amazing trees. It's like what you would see in Battlefield 1942. It's pretty funny. But let's kill these guys. But I mean, as far as the battles go, they are pretty detailed. You see different units attacking different units. It's pretty cool. Like I said, it's very Rome, Total War, or any of the Total War games for that matter. But each of the different races get different abilities to use and different units, which I think is pretty cool. Okay, sweet. Now we're going to come over here. We're going to capture this point. And you can see it counting down there with percentage. And there we go. Wait, oh, now it's capturing it for me. Oh, it looks like it captures it faster once I've already gotten it neutral. This is taking way too long. It's like I've killed all the units, just capture it. There we go. Victory! And I'm just going to skip the loading screen back to the results screen. So you see here, it shows my army, the Hunger Games. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm really proud of that. It shows what I got. I got 75 experience, 250 gold. It also shows the blue is the amount of experience I had before. The gold is the amount of experience I just got. It shows the number of victories I have. I have 1 victory. I've played 1 multiplayer game, and I can go into more details here. It's pretty cool. So continue. And now I've got enough gold to... Ooh, news advisor popped up. I've got enough gold to buy some stuff, so that's what we're going to go do. We're going here. Look for, I don't know, one of the things that just doesn't have any armor. How about that? And we'll buy this guy some Legion Maggot armor. Awesome. So you see you can pay for it with gems or with gold. So I took the gold. Sweet. Okay, now that he's got some armor on him, let's go try something else. So let's try a multiplayer game, right? Oh, this guy has something for me. Or not. Maybe not. Probably not. Okay, multiplayer game it is. So you see here, it's matchmaking. It found a group that's best suited for me. Obviously, we have a lot of guys in this, so this is going to be super hectic. And I'm going to suck balls, but this is... I'm warning you. So I'm going to skip this load screen now. Okay, so I can select here. We're in the game now. I can select which units I want to go into battle. I'm just going to go in with all of them. I mean, come on. Everybody's ready. All of my team are in here. So we're just going to set it up like this. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go through each individual unit. Set it as a control group. And control 5, control 6. But I can control A, select all of them, as I read on the screen there. So I'm going to come up this direction. I'm going to try to set my units into a defensive position. I'm going to bring these guys up here. These guys up here. Actually don't know what these guys are. What are they? Oh, that's a cavalry unit. I didn't even know that. So let's bring archers up here, right? Because that makes sense. Up out of the way of battle. We'll leave 2 cavalry. Sweet. See, these guys are coming in, so I'm going to attack them. I got my other buddies here. I'm going to move some cavalry up this direction with my pikemen. I'm also going to move these guys up over here. Right, so you can get really strategic with where you place your units and which units go in. And from what I've noticed is it can become quite a stalemate from the beginning here. And these guys are just getting rained on from arrows, and they're not moving. So I'll move my guys even. Switch them like that. Create a wall. Yeah. Let's move these guys down over here. Just control A and come in this direction, because that's where they're all going. My teammate really wants to go in, so that's where we're going. So you know what? Now let's go through and let's go 1 needs to attack you guys, or you guys. 2 attack them. 3 go attack them. 4 needs to attack those guys. 5 can attack those guys, and 6 can attack those guys. Oh man, epic battles. So they're trying to retreat. It's obviously not working too well for them. Guys, let's just back off. Let's just back off and kill those guys. No, kill those guys. Yeah. You're gonna turn around on me, you know, I might as well kill you. I've got some units up over here. I'm not doing too well. Most of my units are almost dead. So let's F4 these guys, which is the shield ability. Yeah, that lasted real long. That lasted super long. Okay. And they're also coming up behind on our ally here. I'm dead. I'm pretty much done. So let's just control A. Let's move back. Let's regroup my units. Let's set these guys to attack them. Wow, I think we're gonna lose this one. Whoops, wrong button. I'm at F3. Do lightning on them, spell damage. So there's a lot going on, as I said. The multiplayer component to this is so hectic when you get so many units in here. But it's super fun. I really like it. Come on, kill him. Yeah, yeah, suckers. See, I have an undead army. I think I should have like an ability to raise all these dead guys. I think that'd be really cool. Most of his units are ranged, which is fine. He's got a ton of pikemen just sitting back here. He could be helping out, but he isn't. Okay, my pikemen are gonna die. That's fine. Let's select these guys. Those are allies. What do we got in here? Just a mush pot of guys. But you know what? Apparently, we're actually winning. So on the bottom left, you see that the blue bar versus the red bar, right? The blue bar is us and how many units we've killed, and red bar is them. So we're pretty close to actually winning, which is kind of surprising. I only have 2 groups left. So I'm probably the one that's accounted for most of their red bar. So let's get in over here. And we'll F3 these guys. You know what, I'm going to bring these guys up and around to help up over here. Select them all. Sweet, let's get up over here. The game has a little bit of performance issues when you get into this. Like I'm recording at 20 frames a second. Not too great, right? But if I was to not be running fraps, I'd be running at about 30, which is okay. It could be a much better. So there's a lot more performance drops when you have this many people in here, because I was running at 60 when I was recording earlier on the single player. So let's see about owning these fools. Wow, I'm just walking into this. This is bad. This is really bad. But I know I could take this group out. Let's send these guys down over here. Yeah. So archers actually have reduced damage in melee. So that's why I'm chasing these guys down. Keep them on the move. What ability do these guys have? With bodies, it's hard to kill the things that have no life. All undead units can receive up to +2 hit points. That's pretty nice. So let's let him go, because he ain't going to live much longer. Select all my units, chase him down. I know I said let him go, but now that this is the only thing left alive, might as well chase him. I think I can ping the map. Let's see here. Show hide player flags. Show battle statistics. Oh, that's pretty sweet. What else we got? Show instant message menu. Settings. Shoot here. Attack here. So there's a lot of things you could do. That's pretty cool. I could see how this would be really fun with friends. I think you can join as a group, from what I was reading, and go into battle together. So there we go. We just won. How awesome is that? Sweet. Well, I won the first game I wanted to show you. Pretty cool. We'll skip to the statistics screen, and I'll wrap this up. So you can see a lot here. It shows that I've gained +1 victories, which is cool. So now I'm at 2. You can see all the details here. You can even add friends. You can report players if they were trolling you. You see I got a lot more XP than I did before. So you also get victory streak bonuses. My victory streak is now 2. That gave me a ton of XP. Gave me a ton of gold. You get gold bonuses as well. So it's just pretty cool. You can look through what they had. You can look through, you know, what your players or your friendly players had. So it's just a lot of really cool stuff here. This is one of those few games that I would suggest you just go pick up and play. Try it out for yourself if you're bored. Judge for yourself whether you like it or not. I like it. It's not the best game I've ever played, but it's not the worst, you know. So it's cool to hop in every once in a while. Heck, I may even hop in with a couple friends and try out how that would work and try to get really strategic. But to be honest, if I wanted to play a really strategic strategy game, I would probably go play either the Total War games or StarCraft. So that's that. But I think other than that, that pretty much wraps up what this game's all about. Like I said, just go try it. We'll be back next Thursday with different games, maybe not an RTS. And keep an eye out on the channel for an announcement for the Diablo 3 hardcore playthrough, with all of the information for that, when it'll be on the channel, and when you can expect episodes to be uploaded and all that for that stuff. But other than that, we'll see you guys next time.